Wheel off. We have it jacked up, jack stands, and when you're on the left side, you want to be able to get to these easily, so turn the wheel to the right, as far as possible to the right, and leave your keys in the door so you don't lock them inside. And on here, let's see what size this is. It's a 13, which is here. Okay, this bolt is 13. Just break it loose. Just break the bottom one loose. Loose. And then we have our fancy brake spreader slash C-clamp. That there. Okay, we just kind of put it on there for a second and go back up here and take off the top of the brake reservoir. Don't lose that, and watch this level when you're pushing it in so it doesn't overflow and spill everywhere. If you have to take some out, take some out. It should be enough room, at least for this side. We'll check it again here in a second. But you want to compress the piston on here, the pistons, so that when you put the new brake pads and rotors on, it'll go right in. Okay. Look at the level. The level's still good. Okay. Take this bolt off. In here. We do have to take it off. Because this one won't, unless you take this off, this won't just slide out. So sometimes you don't have to take that off, but we'll take it off. Now this needs to go in a little bit more, so we'll take this brake pad off, turn it around here, go as far as we can. Okay. That's that. Set it to the side here. Would probably be easier if we just took this off. 10 millimeters. That off. That way this can be out of the way of the rotor. See? And just hang it somewhere out of the way where it won't fall down. There you go. Let's get the brake pad off. And these back here, is that a 13/16 again? It is a 13/16. These are usually in here pretty tight. Kind of break one loose. You don't want to take the other one off until they're both broke loose. Otherwise, this will be flopping everywhere. Okay. And now, the fun part. Sometimes these get stuck, so you may have to use some persuasion. Yep, some persuasion, just because it gets stuck back here. It's been on here so long, it's kind of rusty. And then you'll clean your new rotor with some brake cleaner. These rotors come with a protective film on it during shipping to keep it from rusting. So if you don't clean this off, this film off, this oil, then you'll come back, the job's gonna come back because it's gonna be squeaking and squealing, and you get it all over your brake pads. So just do that, wipe that off, flip it over, clean it, put it back on. All right, so that's on. What we want to look for is which one of these brake pads. That does not look big enough. All right, that looks like it. Now, what we also want to do, before we put anything back on, we want to have Loctite for the caliper bracket bolts, because these caliper bracket bolts right here, you put some Loctite on it. If you don't put Loctite on it, it will vibrate and eventually come off, and you're gonna have some problems. So don't want that to happen. Remember to put this on. So we'll do that. And then we also want to grease the caliper slides as well, and to take off the old hardware. I recommend replacing the hardware. Excuse me. I recommend replacing the hardware. You know, it's not that much more expensive, and it's worth it. So just replace the hardware. Take those off, snap them in like so. Like so. And these tabs go to the outside. Like that. Snap it in. Take that off. For the other side. Okay. So these are your caliper slides. Clean it off. We have caliper grease here. You don't have to put a whole bunch. Put it in there. Just work it back and forth like that. In and Now back and forth, wipe off the excess. You don't want this stuff going everywhere. This is the bottom one. Grease that a little bit more. Okay, put this here for now. Back in. Just grease it. Okay, that's ready. Now, keep this pushed in.